depends who you're competing with.
Is there a problem?
I've seen the first 3 episodes. If I had more, I'd keep on watching. It seems like it's going to be a very busy season with a lot of plot lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have tons of things I want to talk about because we have 15 minutes. I want to ask a few other things. You've been working as an actor now for 20 years. When did you feel like I'm going to get another role and I don't have to worry, or do you still worry about getting another role?
That's maybe I'm just, it's a very interesting question. I never really had, I've never really thought about it in terms of I'll get another role and won't have to worry, and I've actually never thought about it in terms of, man, I'm so worried I'll never get another role. I just haven't. I've this is what I love. It's what I'll always do. Making films and making pieces that move audience, make audiences relate, make audiences question, make audiences witness and experience for the first time, or make audiences heal is everything to why I want to be an actor. And so it's wonderful. I've gotten the benefit of being able to do, films that have been pretty serious, dark, heavy, emotional, and I've gotten to do some that have really brought some light and laughter into audiences' life and my own, and that is what I sort of search for. It's never been about one and jumping onto something that's just gonna, here's the ticket, because I've never been interested in that. It's been about always trying to switch it up, and honestly, to a lot, to my detriment sometimes. It's always been something that I always search for something that's going to be incredibly challenging, and maybe sometimes it leads to sleeping just slightly a little less better, but I've gotten better at sleeping so wonderfully through the most challenging of experiences. Looking for projects that demand a lot of sacrifice within myself and just things I'm used to. That's what sort of ticks my clock, and that's what I search for.
So what does it mean to you to have starred in a film that has one of the best soundtracks or scores of all time? And you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Look, it's so funny how many people I've met recently that are younger, are older, and all seem to have just watched Tron Legacy for the first time last week. And by sort of just that, it's been really the gift that keeps giving. The younger generation keeps watching it and being sort of vastly inspired by the look and aesthetic of it and the world of it and the possibility of a world like the grid. So that's really so wonderful, and it really it really gives great kudos to what Joe Kosinski did. The first Tron that Steven Lisberger did was sort of so far above its time, as was this. Man, I'm very excited for Tron Ares coming to fruition. I'm very excited about what that's gonna bring to not only the Tron fan base, but the world of the grid. We tried to, all of it sort of gives, I just, I know how hard everybody's been working within the world of the grid. And so I'm really proud over all the obstacles they had with that one to see it come to fruition. And who knows? Maybe it's not the last anyone will see of Sam and Cora.
Yeah, I won't. I could drill down on this, but the visuals of seeing some of that Tron stuff in the real world in the footage that I saw is like, get the fuck out of here. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So I have other things, but let's jump into Tulsa King. So, what can you tease? What do you want to tell fans? I know it's a little generic, and I apologize about what's
Go
coming
generic.
in season.
I'll go generic all day with you.
I hate asking generic shit, but like, what do you want to tease people about the next upcoming episodes?
Oh shit. See if Frank Grillo takes his pants off. No, I'm joking. Was that too generic?
Yeah, that might
The
have been a little bit. I'm going to text Frank after if
look,
you
I
like.
think that this season, look, I think season one really Terrence Winter had the obstacle of introducing so many characters and making them compelling and making the audiences want a season two. Now he's taken that a step further. He's not only made the characters that were present even more compelling and finding different obstacles and adventures to extend their reach. He's also added in a few more decorative characters, opposing forces when it comes to this turf war that is Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the opportunities that it gives. And these guys deliver. It's a fun ride, and I think audiences are going to be entertained.
So adding Frank and Neal is as the antagonists are great. When you are, and I brought this up with you in a previous thing, but I didn't say it like this. When you are in a scene with Neal, who is an expert at not blinking, do you feel your game needs to be improved when you're staring at him on camera and he is just not blinking?
You know, I forgot because I don't think that question when you asked previously was directed towards me,
It wasn't.
but I just watched the premiere episode and I found myself solely, by on my own accord thinking that same thing. And I was wondering what the secret was. I was like, did he shoot this? Was it the first scene up of the day so that he could not sort of um, um, gather any weary in his eyes? Does he solely um, rest in his trailer in sort of an incubator with cucumber slices there and eye patches? Like, how does he have not any strain or wear and tear or dryness? Does he just have 17 humidifiers going off in his in his closets? And it's impressive. It's wonderful. I
I
found
got to tell
myself jealous.
I got to tell you a funny story. So we had a studio at TIFF, and we had all these films come in, and I brought up with there's a movie called The Cut with Orlando Bloom and John Turturro, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sitting across from John, and I bring up because he does not blink in the movie, and I said to him, "How the f do you do this?" And as I'm talking to him about not blinking, he proceeds to just turn it on and proceeds to stare at me for like 2 minutes without blinking, and like everyone in the room's laughing, including Orlando and everybody else. I'm like, how do you do this? And he's like, I started in theater, and it's just a thing that we learned or whatever. And I guess he went to drama. I don't know where he told me he went to drama school, but he just turned it on right in that instant and just stared at me without blinking for a long time.
I've seen videos of Michael Caine, speaking about it, but yeah, those Neal he's got an impressive wingspan when it comes to the unblinking ones
It,
out.
no, completely. So second season's 10 episodes. Which is your favorite and why?
Oh, I look, all of them have a lot of wonderful spice going on. Not only the action, the conflict, and the drama. There's heart melting moments. There's courageous moments, and there's downright idiotic moments. I mean, just from of the acts of some of these characters. So, which all ends up building up wonderfully to the finale. And if there's something that you know old Terence Winter and and Sly are wonderful at, it's figuring out a finale.
What do you think fans will say after they see the season 2 finale?
What do I think fans will say after they see season two finale?
Because
Uh,
the first season ended with Sly getting arrested. There
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I
No,
mean?
I think after they see this finale, they'll say, "Motherfucker doesn't disappoint." Where's number three?
Um, uh, I'm just thinking. So one of the things, listen, I'm a huge fan of watching Sly, like you. What is it like actually sharing scenes with him? Because I mean, let's be honest, he's the one. I mean, all of you guys together are what make the show, but like, a lot of people watch the show because they want to see Sly.
Absolutely, and also with this, look, the combination between Sly and Terrence Winter in this, and Sheridan is just phenomenal. It's outlaws at their finest. Look, I love Sly. Like um from an early age, especially the very beginning of my career, to kind of just be as down to earth and wonderful as he was to me all the way back when I was 18. That sort of shit doesn't, you know, it means a lot to a young kid and a young aspiring actor and so to jump on this and be working with Sly, but for us to have been that familiar with each other, it's wonderful. It came together so easy. It was so organic on set. We love sitting around and just talking about the possibilities of where each web of the characters and the conflict is going to go, this and that. And then we love just sitting around talking about life. And so but more importantly, I get to sit back and watch undeniably the hardest working man in Hollywood. I mean, I've yet to work with anybody that works as hard creatively, so absorbed into the material, the formulation of the material, his investment within it, his dedication and commitment on screen, and how prepared he comes in every day, his originality with ideas improvisationally that just come out of nowhere endlessly, and then how he sits back and can sit in the chair at the beginning or end of a long day and just talk about how he misses his family. I admire him, always have and always will. So it's, the honor is all mine.
Yeah, the thing I've gotten to speak to him a few times, and the one thing I've always taken away is he really cares. Like
Really care.
he is never just phoning it in. Like everything he does is 100%.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Forever.
I am a big fan. Before I run out of time with you, I read that you're going to be doing the JonBenet Ramsey series, playing the key detective.
Absolutely.
So another Paramount Plus series. When do you actually start filming that? And what was it about the role and the material that said, I really want to do this?
We start now. We're just kicking off this week. Um, um, Richard LeGravenos is writing and created this. He's a phenomenal writer. It's just phenomenal what he's done with this story that many in not only America but the world have been left sort of without answers. I think he's really shining a wonderful investigative light on this, which is truly going to evoke the investigator and everyone. Um, yeah, Steve Thomas is who I'm playing, and he was wonderfully dedicated and committed to this case. He was committed to finding JonBenet's killer. Um, um, he wrote a very detailed book about this, and wrote a very sort of direct letter back then to the DA's office. Holding no bars back, voicing his opinion of how the case was handled. There was a lot there, and
Oh,
I really wanted to be a part of it.
how many? I actually don't know. How many episodes is it?
8.
So one of the things about
Hope I can reveal all this information out there.
I don't think they're going to get.
Yeah, should have been. Yeah,
I don't think you're going to.
it'll be 8 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to wrap with you, but just real quick. One of the things about the JonBenet case is that so many people have opinions about what happened, but your character really lays out in that book like his thoughts, and I'm curious how the series will sort of figure out or not figure out what like someone's strong opinion on what happened.
Well, my character really lays out. A lot of people had their theories about everything, but also a lot of people had their anger about steps that weren't taken in the investigation. What my character had laid out was really that all those steps were tried to have been taken. Um, um, there was just, there were just a lot of people responsible for not allowing them to be taken, which could be, news to the public, which that are unfamiliar with the politics that were sort of going on. But yeah, it's meaty. It's
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are doing with it. And it's anyway, man, it's always great to talk with you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Likewise, brother. Thank you.
Cool, man. I'll catch you later.